Yeah. It's just makes, see, even like getting a picture taken when I know the camera's on me, one eye closes and like one eye rolls into the back of my head. It's so bad.
Yeah, have you seen that guy on Instagram? He's like, one eye. Rinse some alone or something.
I know. That's what it's like, though, isn't it? And especially any form of light or anything.
Yeah, I need to get better at it. I think it's just nerves.
I know.
I don't know.
That's what it's about. Yeah, no, this is our 5th episode. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. So it's called Cows and
Kush and Cow's Corner.
Kush and Cal, because my name's Kurosh and it's difficult.
Kush
So I'm Kush,
and
it's Cal.
And Cow.
And then
Cow.
we've got we're normally in a corner, but we're kind of in a corner.
Kind of a
Right,
corner.
right.
That's it, yeah.
So
I was thinking it was to do with weed.
Yeah, well,
There you go.
well, I get that
was
quite
there,
a lot.
was there a little?
Not really. It's
thought of
just
that, you know?
nah, not really. But it's just my name. People
Okay,
always
and he's
struggle.
Callum.
Yeah.
Kush
So
and
it was
Cal.
literally like I was working at like Audi, and people would struggle to say my name. So
Right.
like clients are in, and I was just like dusting off showrooms, and people were like, "Kush, come over here and do it." And I was like, "Yes." I got them saying that in Audi. I like these guys can't pronounce my name.
Yeah.
But
I know, that's it. But yeah, episode 5. So we just get into it, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're here
Was
with
it on
Skyy.
YouTube?
Yeah. So we
On
got
YouTube?
on YouTube and then Spotify. as
Spotify,
well.
we haven't worked out
So-
Apple Music yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So-
Do you use Apple Music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been a Spotify guy.
Well, as an artist, I'm on there.
Yeah.
My stuff is on there. But
Yeah.
Spotify is the stuff I use.
That's the one you use, right? Okay, yeah. I'm recently kind of changing over. You know, I was always Apple Music because when I was a student, signed up for the student deal, got it for like $4.99. It was perfect,
Yeah.
and then it's just kind of running out, and then I'm like, oh, but Spotify, I think it is better. I
Wait,
would say, but I don't know.
Apple Music is $4.99.
On the student deal that I had when I was in uni, so that's why I used it. And then now
How much-
I'm no longer a student. I need to pay the full price. So I was like, I
How
might
much
as
is
well-
it now? How
I
much
think
is
it's
it now?
like, yeah, it's $10.99 or something, isn't it?
All right,
Something like that, yeah.
Bro.
So Spotify's the same, isn't it? Or,
Yeah, to be fair, my Spotify thing ran out like 6 months
Yeah.
ago. I just keep forgetting to renew it.
Yeah.
bro.
That's it.
I'm always Spotify. I've never had Apple Music. I don't know why.
I hear like the AI playlists and all that stuff they do is good and like
The thing is though, I feel like music is so easily accessible now
Yeah.
that, bro, just hop on YouTube, man.
I know, that's it.
See, the thing is though, is I drive a lot, and
Okay.
when you've got YouTube, you can't
Right,
close your phone and
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Unless I think if you get YouTube Pro, which I don't know if you got it.
Yeah, YouTube Pro, yeah, you don't
Oh,
have
you
to
can
close
close
it.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
I think there's some way of doing it as well if you like go on
YouTube
Safari
Premium.
and then like get YouTube up and do some weird thing
Yeah,
where you like
yeah.
open an external browser
Yeah.
or something like that. You
Yeah.
can do it, but
Man knows
Yeah.
the tricks.
there's always a way around it.
That's a way around it.
There's a way around it. Are we
Yeah,
running? Yeah,
100%.
are we up and running?
Yeah, nice one. Well, yeah.
Episode 5.
We're here with
Corner.
Skyy. That's
sir.
it. Yeah. So we met up in Perth.
Building.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it, didn't we? So that was sick. That was an event up there. You company put that on?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, yeah.
What was that? That was a Nigerian
Yeah,
Independence.
Nigerian
yeah,
Independence. That's it. Yeah.
Nigerian Independence Party.
Yeah. That was it. Oh, that's what I got these tees made for as well. Yeah. That's it. I got these tees made up for that.
took one of them to DR.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wearing it.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then I rocked the hat in the video.
I seen that. I seen
yeah,
that.
I was
appreciate
gonna
that.
rock the tee in the
Appreciate
video.
that.
However, at that point, I wore it so often
Yeah.
that I was already dirty.
That's nice. That's a nice problem to have. There
That's
we
it,
go.
that's
That's
it.
nice.
Can't complain with
That's
that.
nice. That's good.
But nah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah,
That was sick.
All good.
But yeah, so we met up there. That was pretty cool. And I'm guessing that's that's one of the things you do, isn't it? You put on these
Yeah.
events and do that kind of stuff.
So AOK is pretty much a brand I've been running in E-Town, Edinburgh, for close to a decade plus.
Mhm.
So AOK stands for Always On Key.
Nice.
So it's pretty much just a state of mind. And it's the state of mind I maintain and focus to keep myself in regularly.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As soon as man wakes up.
Always
always
on
on
key.
key, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, starting off in music and doing shows and things like that and being observant, I was able to see what was going on at our events. And it got to a stage where people were talking about food and
Yeah.
things like that. So I was like, man, I could incorporate
market
food
here.
into these events and see how it goes. So there was one event I had last year, actually, a fashion show
Nice.
called a Big Dripper. We did at a venue. I think that venue shut down. A venue called Hype
Okay.
at Fountain Park.
Okay.
So involved Dynamite 24
Ah, we know him.
Abby.
Yeah.
Good guy.
for
Great
Amor
guy.
Paris and
Okay.
Other Side.
Other side.
Yeah, we know them.
Yeah.
And that was like the first. I had never seen anything like that done
Yeah.
in Edinburgh anyway, or even in Scotland,
Definitely.
to tell the truth. And I connected with the guys there, and that was the first time I said, okay, let me introduce food to my own event, give the people for free, and just assess
See
the
how it
feedback
goes.
of it.
Nice. Yeah.
And everybody was just, bro, there wasn't a crumb left.
Yeah.
Everybody munched it all, bro.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Good food and for nothing. Oh, can't complain.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
So that's when I realized, okay, maybe this is a lane I can go
Well,
into.
yeah.
Just figure, bro, I just literally connected with a lady that can cook,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
What else do you
From
need?
there, you just
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then we
Yeah.
just brought that to life. And the thing about AOK Jollof Box, I'd been doing AOK events, AOK apparel, and then we also have AOK media.
Yeah.
This AOK Jollof Box thing, I started doing it properly as a business
Nice.
in about June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's,
Smashed it.
I can't lie, it's taken over, it's now the highest of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
my incomes,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I've been putting a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I see the potential
Yeah.
in it so
Yeah.
early. So
Yeah.
man, I have to keep growing this
Yeah.
shit.
So is that like your
Definitely.
main focus right now? Then you say, or I suppose you're big on your music, of course.
Yeah,
Like, you're
music is
just-
the foundation.
Yeah.
And the thing about that, thankfully, I started that like when I was in my teens.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've done my 10,000 hours there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I can go back to the music anytime.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, my tools in that aspect
yeah.
are sharp, bro.
Yeah.
So like, I just feel I'm still relatively young, man. I'm
Yeah.
34, so
Yeah, definitely.
I can
Learn some more.
utilize my mind in
Yeah.
other areas as well. You know,
100%.
So
100%.
and and AOK. Now yesterday, the boys so taking pictures at my daughter's
Oh, yeah?
birthday party.
Ah, nice.
Very good.
So I sort of see
Sick.
my daughter. I had a kid real young.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
34. She's 16 now. So I had her at
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
And I'm now able to see their generation
Yeah.
as the next in line, bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's I always feel like it's kind of a blessing that I was blessed with a kid that young.
Yeah.
And to be in this position now and still have the ability to connect the dots.
So involved in like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it makes you
Yeah.
grow. Definitely having a kid, it makes you grow.
Exactly.
And you see things in a different way.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you're pretty similar.
Yeah, I had a kid at 18 as well.
So, yeah.
So yeah, he's
Right.
11 next month.
Okay, right. Yeah, so and thankfully my
Skyy.
little princess, my daughter, she's quite, well, not quite, she's very popular
Yeah.
within her age group. So
Yeah,
like,
getting knowledge of that audience and stuff from her. finding what
yeah,
they're
and
into.
thankfully
Yeah.
we actually have a good father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she brings me in and she's keeping me
Good.
clued up of,
Yeah.
of how we can
exploit that. Kind
exploit
of thing.
and make some money and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
for
that, you
sure,
know,
for sure.
and which is a beautiful thing in the sense I'm so happy I can do something like that because it's
Yeah.
legal and everything like that,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's good
Makes
fun
you
as
feel-
well.
yeah.
I suppose, and I bet your daughter's like, oh, dad's got a cool job. You know,
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
You're not
So-
doing, you know what I mean?
Makes her think that there's something other than your school grades and stuff like that. Even though they're
Exactly.
important, but it's
Exactly.
like you don't need to worry that much.
Yeah.
If you've got a mind, you can navigate this thing called
Exactly.
life. You're good.
Exactly.
So that's
Yeah,
good.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
man.
pretty cool. That was cool. And I know it's like now, obviously, everything is changing. Like, even the words they're using. What is all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
nonsense,
yeah,
this
yeah.
new language coming out with all
Yeah.
these.
Which we were the same. We all had it. We all had it. We're just getting old now.
It's
Believe
fun-
it or
it's
not.
just mad
you know?
to see, you know, like, because we were like that when we were younger. We were all
Yeah.
saying the different slang terms or different
Yeah.
things, and we were
Yeah.
coming out with this or coming out with that, and
Yeah.
then like to see it
Yeah,
that
again,
happening now again,
happening
it's-
again
yeah,
with
yeah.
the kids. Yeah.
Bro, like a lot of these youngers say, like I say, I'm 34 now, and like some of the youngers in E-Town, probably about like 25 downwards.
Yeah.
I see them using slangs and like terms that we were saying way back then. Like even words like E-Town.
Yeah.
I remember like nobody used to say that back in the day. Like when I was like 18, 17 in Edinburgh. And I remember the first time I ever said that, a group of my boys were from Glasgow.
Yeah.
And whenever they came over, they were like, oh, man's going back to G-Town.
Yeah.
So, oh shit, this G-Town shit is cool. So, bro, I feel like I was the first to start saying E-Town, bro.
Yeah.
And then this shit is now just everywhere. And like, it's interesting to watch how things just like go
develop,
spread.
You know
what I
Who
mean?
started it and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then everyone puts another little bit into it, and then like, where does that word even come from? You know what I mean? It's not even like this, and then it's cool.
But that's the thing, though. As far as like everybody in this room right now, like I feel we are part of like a solid beginning of a movement out here in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, don't get me wrong. However, I feel like the foundations
I'm really interested in this.
have now finally been built.
Yeah.
So now we're building the stories
Connecting to each other
of,
as well.
of the building and create a real solid building block, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we were even like that we had that fashion expo through in
Yeah,
the Banners in Glasgow.
Okay.
So that was the one you were just mentioned there, Dynamite 24.
He organised
the
it.
guy organised. Oh, Abby.
Was he the one who organised that one?
Organised that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It was all him as well, mate. Yeah, all
And
of
I
it
think
was
he
him.
obviously contacted the venue, got it booked,
Okay.
contacted all the brands, got them
Look at
around,
that,
did all
look
the
at that.
interviews and stuff. And honestly, it was
There was something
pretty
like 8
cool.
different clothing brands there.
Yeah, something
So
like that.
he
That's
organised
dope.
a lot of
That's
people. Yeah.
Because he actually, after we did that event last year, he hollered at me to do another one straight after. However, like just due to how my schedule was and things like that, I wasn't able to follow up with him.
definitely.
And from the outside looking in, I've just been seeing him going hard ever since.
Definitely.
And I didn't know I thought it was like some
So
council stuff.
as far
So
as I'm aware,
that's
it
good
was
to
all
hear
him.
that.
So,
that was
he's
him
been
that-
He came through and interviewed us all and everything,
Yeah.
man. He really had a good plan for it and he executed it really well.
Nice.
I was
We've
yeah.
been chatting with him as well and being like, you know what I mean, another thing like this in Edinburgh or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's all it takes, you know what I mean? You're
For
starting
real, for
something,
real.
then he's working on something, then you never know, we could all just group in together, get another thing like that on the go in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. So
this podcast, this is how we are gonna
100%,
notify each
man.
other.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%. That's it.
Yeah, this is how we grow together.
Yeah.
I think you're right as well, because that's what we were talking about at that event. It's like something's starting, like these things are popping up, this thing's happening, like that
real.
event through in Glasgow.
That felt
we'll
big
get another
when it
one
was happening.
in the summer in Edinburgh. We'll put it on and we'll do it.
yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
like who knows, and then you never know. All it takes
Bro,
is that kind of stuff.
we can literally, we have enough resources to do like our own festival or some shit.
Do you know what I mean?
We wanted to.
Do you know what I mean? We've
Like
got the
there's
food.
food.
We've got the
there's
music.
clothing,
We've got
there's
the
music.
clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's contacts. We
Yeah.
can contact
We
the
got-
right people.
We got the media.
We got the
people.
media team. We
Yeah.
got everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got.
It's before you know it, we've literally just sparked the first initial things to make it happen. We've put it in the air.
Us even just talking
You know what
right
I mean?
there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why these things are good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
that's
collaborate
one of the
together.
main reasons that we started this podcast, because we were just sitting
100%, yeah.
thinking like we could get people involved in this that don't have a platform to speak on it, don't know how to speak on it, and then they hear us. You know, the first couple of episodes we were nervous and stuff like that. And
100%.
it's just sort of we're putting ourselves out there so that people know it's okay to just you know you don't know where your feet are.
Give
You'll
something
find
back
it. You'll
and
find it. Just try it.
That's life itself, man. Like really and truly, there's no rules to life, because I feel like as a species from the beginning, our Creator, God, put that knowledge of everybody knows right from wrong. We don't need all these middleman government politicians and things to try and be telling us how to navigate our own life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, the power is now in the hands of the people, bro. We just have to.
It's sick. It's sick. Definitely. Like we've got so many opportunities to collab on these things, and we're all in the same kind of space now. And it's like That's the way it felt as well at that event. It was like everyone here's like-minded people. We're all kind of on the same kind of mission here to,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring something creative to the world and bring Scotland up a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's gonna do it for us, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, I've been in this scene whole time, and like,
Was that like the first sort of thing that you did? Was that like start music? Is that how you got into it?
yeah,
Everything? So
yeah.
you've been starting doing music for, you
I
said.
started off as a recording artist.
Yeah.
And like, it's the challenges of being an artist that brought me here.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like, I would
The
have
hardships and all that you
like
face, yeah.
maybe a promoter, I would want to do a show, and then a promoter will be telling me he's gonna pay me by exposure or like all this stupid shit. And it's like, at that point, when I was young, I'm like, man, I'm taking this shit serious, man. How am I gonna be able to make a living if every single promoter is telling me they're gonna pay me by exposure?
Yeah, that's it.
So
can't go to Asda with that.
you know what I mean?
I should try to pay your bills for not trying to pay exposure.
So it got to a point. That's why that's why I started doing events, because all the other artists were in the same boat as well. It wasn't just me. So I was like, bro, everybody else, they just see artists as like, okay, you're popular and you can bring people to.
You'll sell it, and then we'll get money from the drinks from your artist coming. That's.
I clocked that early.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I never even thought
nah.
about that. Yeah.
So I started putting on my own shows, and then I saw, okay, this is how I can make my own money. And then from there, I started putting on others. And I wasn't always putting on others, though. Initially, I was just doing my own shows, and just because at that point, when you start off as an artist, everything's all about you, bro. You know what I mean? So I was very, very egotistic when I was younger, basically. So everything was just always about me then, until I understood the hardship a bit more. And then having a kid as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I started seeing like
eye-opener.
about the future, that this shit can't always just be about you.
Yeah.
I started putting on shows and putting on the youngers and things like that. And
making a bit of money and surviving that way.
And that's literally where we are now. However, going back to your question, the music is the foundation.
Yeah,
of
that's how it all began. Yeah, because we seen that you did a video recently. Where was it you flew to?
In Dominican Republic.
Nice.
Bro.
How does that come about? Is that you just decide I'm going over there?
So how that came about was one of my brothers, my older brother. I've got 3 older brothers. The one immediately, I'm the youngest, so the one just before me.
Hard, isn't it?
So the one just before me, his friend was having a 40th.
Okay.
So they just invited. It was my brother that invited me. It was like, oh, my friend, there's a group of us. We're going out there for a 40th. Would you like to come? Say, why not?
Why not?
Of course, we go, man.
Yeah.
So we actually did a DR and Colombia. So I was out there for 12 days. We did DR for like 8 days, and then Colombia for like 4 days.
Colombia would have been mad as well.
Bro, it was fun, man.
Yeah.
Cartagena was where we are in Colombia. And in DR, we was in Santo Domingo and Sosúa.
They all sound
fun,
they sound
bro.
good. Sound like you put that in a can.
But generally, like, I like traveling, man. I like traveling because I always say there's a big difference between schooling and education.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get real education when you travel.
Yeah.
And you actually experience
how
people's
other life is.
Different cultures, different, you know what I mean?
Schooling to me is not really real first-hand education.
It's good to learn how to like say A and B and stuff like that. So it's really good for
Nursery's fine,
Yeah.
Fractions and stuff. You know what, they're kind of useful.
So man, I've been traveling from young, like at least from my early 20s. So I've like been to Jamaica, Cuba, America, Dubai.
Nice.
What's your favourite place you've been, would you say? Or is that put you on the spot a bit there?
Maybe. Before,
depends how you're feeling.
I would have said Cuba.
Yeah.
This trip just did.
Changed it,
DR was popping, bro.
There you go.
the ladies out there are crazy.
I was about to ask what makes it so good, but I understand. I understand.
Let me not get myself in trouble.
Or us in trouble.
You know?
Yeah. So you were going out there and you just thought, you know what, it's a nice spot, it's a nice place. Let's just film a music video while we're out there. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, well,
Damn right.
Unreal.
so as soon as
Expense it back to the business and stuff.
when I got the info that my brother invited me about the whole DR thing, I was in the process of working on a project, a music project.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I just said, I'm going to DR.
Good timing.
Let me just make a song about DR.
Yeah. Nice. All
So
right.
it was all pre-planned.
Yeah.
So I made the song first with the knowledge that I was going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was when before I got there, I organized the video.
Yeah.
So it was when I got there, everything.
Nice.
We already knew what was going on.
Nice.
Right.
So how did you go about that? Just like sort a videographer over there, sort everything over there, and then get
So
it
the
done, or-
videographer came about through one of my guys called Lennox.
Oh,
So
nice.
Lennox, he's an artist as well who's based in Glasgow.
Mhm.
However, he's originally from that part of the
Oh,
world.
okay.
So he goes back there often, and he's the one who
Got
hooked
your
me
guy.
up
Ah,
with
nice.
that
That's it.
director. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
And bro, that video turned out so sick, man.
Yeah,
Like
that's
as far
cool.
as like the quality
Honestly,
and things
yeah,
like
we
that.
watched it as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
unreal,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
up
it.
there, man. As
Yeah.
far as like one of my highest quality
Yeah.
videos.
And then seeing the hat in it as well. We
Oh,
were like,
That's it, man.
yeah,
Honestly.
that's cool. So you found out you were going, and then you wrote a song about it. Does that take you months? Does it take you weeks? Does it take you hours? Or is it just
Nah, so that's what. Going back to what I was saying earlier, I don't like to boast, but I've put in so much time.
Yeah, you got sharp tools in that
I
game.
know how
Yeah,
to
yeah,
write a song
yeah,
quickly,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You
Cool.
know what I mean?
That's cool.
That is cool.
Jollof Box is something that we've been hearing about quite a lot. We're really excited
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. 100%.
So you were just at an event and you just thought, here, I could sell food. People are hungry. I could sell food here.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it just came and you were like, right, cool. And then it's taken over. Is that something you're doing now, working on it? Are you going into every single day? You got a restaurant and stuff?
Good question. So, Jollof Box, yeah, it's let me tell you a little something. Tell the people a little something about Jollof. So, I'm Nigerian,
Yeah.
and in West Africa, a lot of people think Jollof is like from Nigeria because they have all these Jollof wars between Nigeria and Ghana and shit. But the actual root of the word Jollof is an empire in Gambia.
Okay.
Right.
So even over there, they speak Wolof.
Right, okay.
So Jollof originates in Gambia. However, Nigerians, because we know how to make everything go viral and pop.
Yeah.
And now everybody thinks Jollof is a Nigerian thing. Just to give the people a little insight, it's actually a
That's
Gambian
interesting.
thing. So I went to the root, the original, to collaborate with a Gambian chef
Okay.
Nice.
to have that original, authentic
Yes.
Yeah.
taste. And now we started it in June, and it's been consistent ever since we opened. It's Monday to Saturday,
Right.
Damn,
12
it's Sunday
p.m.
today.
12 p.m. till 9 p.m. 12 p.m. till 9 p.m.
Yeah,
every
nice.
day. And currently, I'm working out of like a family friend's restaurant. He
Yeah,
was kind
nice.
enough to allow me
Nice. That's good.
use his space and
Nice.
register my own business in there.
Nice.
However, things have been moving so fast that I'm now
Oh,
in a position where I'm looking to establish my own
Nice.
That's exciting.
space. And in that space, though, like the music is always the foundation, so it will be a space that incorporates like a
Live
media space and a kitchen
Nice.
in the back, you know.
A bit
Nice.
of it all.
Yeah, so it'll be like an AOK HQ headquarters
Wow,
thing, you know.
nice.
Yeah,
There you go. More information coming soon.
yes, sir.
It sounds
That's
cool,
sick, man.
man.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I know. That's obviously. I think that's one of the most one of the most fun parts about it is like when you see yourself actually growing a bit and you're like,
Yeah.
I can move up to this next level to then be able to do it more. You know what I mean? You're like allowing yourself
It's coming
to just,
true. That's
you know what I mean?
that's the way I look at that.
It's really
right?
cool.
It's the dream coming
Yeah.
true.
Even today on a tiny scale. Got a laptop today.
Yeah.
Like I got a laptop today for the first time that I'm gonna like plan to use for the whole business to do the editing, to do the stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah?
It's just like now having this, it's like, you know what I
Wait,
mean?
you
I can
just
do
bought a
so much.
laptop today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like being able to like taking it a bit more serious than the podcast episodes.
Yeah.
And we're like, do you know what? I went
Feels
out
good.
there
You got a
and we're looking at
VAT
it all.
receipt and everything.
That's it. I got
Bro,
it. It's
like
the whole shebang.
sometimes the hardest part is to start. But
Yeah.
once you start,
Yes.
everything else starts falling into place, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even like putting it out there that like I was starting a clothing brand, I was like, people are gonna laugh at me or something. They're gonna think
That's
I'm
always how you
crazy.
feel.
But then as soon as you start it, you're like, look what we're doing.
I know.
You know,
exactly.
when I started it, I'd never been in a music studio, and I was messaging artists and stuff, and I got in a music studio, and I was like, this is what they're doing the whole time. Like, this is so cool.
Like this, you know?
Yeah, and now look at us sitting in a studio that's set up with our wonderful
real,
things.
for
real,
Yeah,
that's it,
yeah.
For real.
It's good just to get started and find things out.
Yeah.
So that's good that you'll have a restaurant and stuff. That's what you're.
Like
Yeah.
maybe a
To be fair, like it's
shebang.
it's not gonna be as far as what I'm personally doing. It's not gonna be like a full blown restaurant. type
Yeah,
thing.
We'll just have that.
Because-
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a Subway setup where you have like a couple chairs where people can sit down if they want.
yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be it's still gonna have mainly a feel of like a media
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
So, yeah, because that's I suppose
Yeah.
that's the
That's
it
the
was established with. That's
exactly,
what you started with.
Exactly.
It's always the music.
Yeah. However, like I will be going into that venture with my brother. And my brother, he's really into cooking. So
Nice.
you never know. Maybe if he wants to do his own thing,
Yeah, there
like
you go.
his own restaurant.
Yeah.
How about
to
something at the
himself.
back like that with your brother still on that,
Yeah.
then you're up the front with the
Yeah,
music side of
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Nice one. That's exciting.
Yeah. So what's next for your events? What's the next sort of like event that you'll have? What inspired you to do like the Nigerian independence thing?
Because we did it last year.
Right.
We
Okay.
did it last year at a venue called Hype, and bro, the turnout was crazy. That
was
was
Steph London? Is that what we saw or something?
Oh, was that a different event?
that was a
I don't
couple
know,
months. The Steph London event was
That was
after.
last year.
Yeah.
It was last year as well.
Yeah.
We was
Yeah.
involved in that too.
Yeah.
And the Nigerian independence was a month before the Steph London event.
Right.
Right.
So I think the Nigerian independence event we had was bigger than the Steph
Yeah.
London event.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
As far as turnout.
There
Uh-huh.
you
You
go.
know what I mean? So it was after doing that last year here in Edinburgh and seeing the response,
Mm.
I said, you know what, ideally I would have done it again here in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, that venue that we used last year is now closed down.
Yeah.
No.
So I
one
said,
of
let
them,
me
yeah.
let me holler at my boy Prince in
Yeah.
Perth.
Yeah.
And Prince is one of my artist friends, and we have a cool.
I've heard of him. I've heard
Yeah,
of
cool
him.
met him
relationship.
up-
Yeah, I've not met him.
When I
Not
came
met
up
him,
to
but I've
Perth
heard
that
of him.
night.
He actually he might come here today because I'm meeting him tonight. He's in Edinburgh tonight.
Right,
He
cool.
has one show.
Ah,
So,
cool.
Yeah, so did that in Perth, and Nigeria independence generally all over the world is a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Nigerians we take being Nigerian highly.
Yeah,
right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
everybody always wants
Yeah.
to turn up as far
Yeah.
as the Nigerians. So events, the next event in the pipeline. That's funny you asked that. Actually, I was speaking to my daughter today off the back of the birthday party she had yesterday at a venue called PDT.
Yeah.
So she was telling me all her friends were like, "Oh, Dad." My friend was like, "That was the best motive of the year so far. That they would like to do it again." So she's saying she's letting me know her friends would like to do that again, and they'll be happy to pay this time as well.
You're right.
So, like, I think as far as events for now, that's what's calling the youngest. You know? So
yeah.
it's like a under 18s event. 14 plus.
Yeah.
And
What do they do? Is it just
well,
like
if the venue,
music?
sorry, go on.
Is it just like the music that they're doing there? It's like a club scene, but for younger people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 14 plus. The maximum that we will keep it though is maybe 21 as the very oldest, because we don't want too much crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because over 18s are allowed as well.
Yeah.
Because in the venue they sell alcohol and things like that.
Yeah.
However, we do have a means of making sure the underages are not
You mix it
getting
accompanied
any
by an
alcohol. There's
adult or
like
something.
wristbands and stuff to separate who's who, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exciting
and bro,
event,
and
fun,
the boys from DD Visuals, they were there yesterday, and I'm sure they could probably tell, like, the crowd is a cool young crowd as well that would probably be into all our fashion and clothing and things once advertised and packaged properly to them, you know.
That's
So-
we could hit that with the festival we were talking about earlier. There we go.
Yeah.
The clothing scene, everything.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
Because I remember when we hit the streets for like a bit of TikToks, that's who we were sort of speaking to a lot more, was the younger people were more interested.
Yeah.
I think it's like the people at that age, when they see a camera and they're out, like if I was walking down the street, I'm old and I'm like grumpy, man. But like the young people are like, oh, there's a camera, what's going on over there? And
you see the thing about the youngest as well, in Edinburgh especially, there's not many people that's looking out for them. Nobody's really doing things that's interesting to them.
holding events for them or anything.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you're actually right. I never thought about that.
So like when they do see somebody who does that and who has them in mind and executes it well, bro, they're on it, bro.
Yeah,
they jump on it.
That's true.
Yeah,
I never even thought like that. They're just younger people, and they'll just grow up and be.
Yeah,
but
they're looking for things to do as well.
Yeah,
you know?
it's being that age, you get bored so quickly.
Yeah.
If not more as well, you know, when you're like, but before you turn 18, you're all like, oh, I want to go out to this or you know, if these
you're
like
eager.
events were on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, oh yeah, let's.
So what my idea is like, we could be like those people who put on those type of events. It's cool, it's hip, and at the same time we're keeping you out of trouble.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be on the streets doing all that crazy shit, you know.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like being a 15-year-old, 16-year-old in this day and age.
Well, there's a question. What advice would you give to yourself, 15, 16-year-old self? Go on.
Wow,
bit of
that's
advice.
a good question, boy.
Could be anything from anywhere.
Honestly, I would say stop being so shy.
Yeah.
Or shy, you know that.
That's
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, you just gotta go for it. You're missing out.
Yeah.
I say that a lot. You don't know what you're missing when you're being shy.
I know. Yeah.
And then you do things you were scared of, and you're like, yes.
I was actually very shy when I was younger as well.
And that's
Now that I
okay.
think about it.
Yeah, you just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
For real,
You're
for
just
real.
out of high school where somebody was telling you what to do all the time, and then you're 18 and you're just like, shit, nobody's telling
You
me.
see the thing, looking back now though, the strength I gained from being shy allowed me to be quiet. And in that quietness, I was able to always be very observant.
You can work on yourself, I
You know
suppose.
what I mean?
a bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gave me, being shy gave me a lot of knowledge of the type of mind I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's funny. The last podcast we had with Superman, he actually mentions that as well. Like,
Yeah.
He said that can help him feel like that, feel a little bit shyer at the
That's
start.
just the way
and
it
then-
is.
For
Yeah.
real.
And that's how you grow and have your ideas as a person.
Yeah.
And I think it's
That's a good
important, once you identify you are shy,
Mm-hmm.
it's important to now come out of that shyness.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, it made me know the type of mind I have, and I figured out how to make use of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's always a wee bit like that, you know, when you're younger. Like, I was quite heavy as well when I was younger, you know, that way. And then
So
you
is
just, like,
that.
kind of, you just, everyone's like that as well. And you're just, like, this, like,
Yeah.
trying to work out what's going
Everyone-
on, got
yeah.
my spots and all of that. And you're
Yeah.
like, what's happening
It's
here?
tough. It's tough.
It's
man.
kind of
then-
mad, bro. Like, the newer you get with age, I don't like to say old age.
Yeah, the newer you get with age,
Every day is a new day.
Yeah.
The newer we get
Amazing.
with age,
That's amazing. I like that.
Man, I'm 29 now, so I'm using that from here on
He's
out.
gonna be
like,
writing that down.
Yeah, damn right. The newer we get.
I actually forgot my point.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
But it happens sometimes.
It made my day with it. It's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough getting there though. Like I'll be 30 in July, man. It seems pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
So you're 90s, baby.
Yeah, 95.
95. What about
There you
you?
go, 99.
Man,
Oh,
how
wow.
crazy is that? For some reason, I seen that when he was buying his fucking laptop that I've not stopped hearing about. I saw the type of the date of birth, 1999. And it's like shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But there's what, 4 years?
4 years. I know it's
That's-
nothing. I know. I mean, yeah, it's nothing. But I don't know. Callum lives with me now, and it's just weird.
Yeah.
I never even
Okay,
thought about his age until like I saw that today. I don't know. I was like, yeah, shit, he's a lot younger, but yeah, not really.
So did you move from Glasgow or something?
So I'm originally from Paisley. I was born in
Paisley,
Paisley, and then I moved through here when I was started like high school. So like first year of high school. So I've been a good 15 years or something like that now here.
Oh.
So yeah.
I wonder
that
why you
here.
asked. Did you hear like an accent on him or?
A wee bit.
Did you?
Did you see? I don't know.
'Cause-
Maybe I mentioned it before to you.
Yeah,
Maybe that. Yeah.
Ah,
last time.
that,
We chatted before about it. So yeah. So I moved through here just for high school, and then been here ever since. And then it was only like when I finished that like high school and started uni, and then started getting into the clothing brand and all that. Then we actually kind of only met through that, having like mutual friends of
Yeah.
mutual friends. And then like one of them was like, "Oh, you've got a clothing brand."
Did
Like,
you know?
Kush has got one, and then his friend was like, "Oh, you've got a clothing brand." Callum's doing one, and then we kind of knew of each other, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And then it was
yeah.
just like from there,
Right,
we've just been like we used to just
Non-stop,
meet up
yeah.
hustling all the time.
Yeah.
Just meet up on like Thursdays. Every Thursday we'd sit with the computers
Sit
and just
at the laptop,
boom,
yeah.
boom, work it out.
Just sitting
There to,
rocking
like-
sideways, like, can I go home now? What's
Why is
going
this
on?
video not downloading? Why
We
is
like
this not?
learned how to like build websites together and that,
Yeah.
like just for our. It was good, but it was a nightmare.
Absolute
So
nightmare.
tough,
Going
but-
through everything. I bet you know all about it. Building, like, you know what I mean? All your businesses, the amount of things you need to do to get this done and that done, and sign this up here and connect your this. to
Forget
that.
password.
Forget how many passwords you forgot. Forget password email. That's it.
Bro, the password thing is a nightmare sometimes,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Because you have to like, if you use the same one for everything, then that's a risk.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a risk in
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
So then
Yeah.
when you have to keep changing it,
I
it's,
know.
it's hard to keep
But
up
when you've
with,
got like
with
20
all of
different
them.
things, it's like, but how many
real.
things can you remember?
Really try and keep them on my notes, and then when they're on the notes, you
And
just
then that's
think,
a risk in
I
itself.
know. Just
A
can't
risk
win.
for everything, but I know you can't win.
But it's good now though. A lot of these things have like, you could use your
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
fingerprint
Face
and
ID and
that.
the
Yeah.
fingerprint and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, I suppose it's all kind of
Can't
safe.
forget that. Which
Saved
thank
somewhere.
God. Thank God.
For real.
I can't forget your Face ID. Good job.
You see, with all your, you've got a lot. See, when you go on your Instagram, you've got what, 4 different accounts at the top of your bio.
I have actually.
Do you find it quite hard to be juggling all of them? And
Yeah.
like obviously things like passwords are fucking annoying for everyone, but that's like a lot of things. You must feel some points overwhelmed with that kind of thing.
So with Instagram, like once you sign into your main account, you can add all the other accounts.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
you don't always have to like sign out.
Sign it. Yeah.
So
Thank
you
God
just
for that.
yeah.
But-
There's all my pages are like at the top, so I'll just click which
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
I'd like
yeah.
to go into.
But
you
like,
know?
see, running them, like even the social media, even the Instagram, surely you've got like 6 notifications on that one, 6 on that, and that.
Yeah, even on
See,
a
for
bigger
that,
side of things,
it,
like
it fucking like it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with,
it
and
can
you've got quite a lot.
It can be, well, bro. It's I'm on top of it because this is all I do.
Yeah,
AOK is all I do, so
yeah.
I'm able to stay on top of it. And at the moment, it's not too crazy.
Yeah.
It's not too crazy. Hopefully, I pray it gets more
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I
To
know what
get-
you mean.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Level
level
where
with
you
new
can't,
space
right.
and stuff. That you never know. That
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
I know, because we were probably thinking, we're still doing 9 to 5.
Yeah,
and
which
as
is
well,
shite,
which is
aye.
like
Yeah.
Okay.
it's like, you know what I mean. You're
Yeah.
limited to kind of, you're only doing evenings. Monday
I think
to
this
Friday.
is actually the first podcast that we've had a full day of rest as
Do you
well
know what?
before coming in, because we're normally finish work and then we always drove through to Airdrie to another studio, and then by the time we get there, like one eye's shut in and you're like thinking about your dinner, but like after it and stuff like that. So it's nice to have it on a Sunday where it's sort of
Yeah,
like,
that's it. So we maybe try and plan more like on the weekends
yeah,
and
and
stuff
then
like
hopefully
that.
get
recording, that'd
rich
be
and
good.
quit our jobs.
Bro,
It's happening. Millions are on the way.
Yeah, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's it for
Get
sure.
it.
Exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
What 9 to 5 do you guys do?
So I work in like a finance company. So I did engineering at uni, and then I started as an engineer for a bit, and it was all right. But then one of my mates was working at this company near Haymarket, and like I said, it was pretty good. So I've been there for about a year and a half now, almost actually 2 years now.
Surely.
Yeah, 2 years now.
I've been at a company 10 years delivering stuff all over Scotland, and I love it. Do you know that? I'm just in a van all day delivering cheese to hotels and stuff. You're like, oh, that breakfast looks good, chef. And then you walk over, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it's a good job, mate. But it's not.
I think you mentioned you was at Audi before.
Yeah. So I've done a few jobs, and working at Audi was just like a service washer.
Right.
And you'd like hoover up the pound coins by accident, and at the end of the day, you'd be like, yes. Just one of them. I've never had I didn't go uni or anything like that. So that's what happens when you don't.
You got a nice, cool backstory, man.
Yeah.
Once you make it, you'll be able to look back and laugh at all that.
Yeah. I used to sit and watch Game of Thrones while I was supposed to be cleaning alloys and that on my phone. Those were the days, man. Simple times.
Yes, sir.
Time. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean nothing when I've got millions in the bank.
How many times we said that to ourselves?
I know.
The amount of things were like, oh no, this
got paid like 3 days ago and already like in the overdraft. I'm sick of this, man.
None of us will matter, we're millionaires.
Yeah, none of it.
For real, man.
That's what it's about, though.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what, like, you know, these things, I was doing these things together constantly, you know, like collaborating with each other and just kind of building it up, you know. It's
Bro, you know what the music industry taught me as well about like the reality of life. Music industry, everybody thinks that to be a millionaire in the music industry, you have to have all these millions of fans and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro, I realized that shit it's not necessarily like that, man. Mm-hmm. As an artist, number one, a good 70% of all those numbers are fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, even all the way to the top, to like Kendrick and them,
I've
bro.
heard of this, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I can't trust anything nowadays, honestly.
so, us as normal people that weren't in the music industry back in the day, we were thinking, oh, man, to make it, millions of people have to like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where a lot of us were losing ourselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trying to please this guy, please that girl, make this person like you. When I realized it's just about your authenticity.
Yeah.
And with your authenticity, the right people will gravitate and work with you.
Yeah.
Bro, it could be a billionaire that likes your authenticity.
Yeah,
and they'll give you like
that one guy just
you know what I mean?
100%. I know what you mean, 100%.
I know, it's a lot of that as well, you know, like who you know as well. You know what I mean? Never mind, you can be the smartest person ever,
And
but
then
you know
luck can be chucked in there as well.
Yeah.
Because bro, the way we used to believe, like all these millions of people that are the ones that's gonna fuck with you, those people don't even know what they want.
Yeah. I get what
They
you
don't even
mean.
know what they want, bro.
I know. And then, you know what I mean,
There's so many
taking
people,
business advice.
so many people making music as well that there's enough space for everyone. Like I listen to so many different types of music a day that there's space for everybody and everything.
For real.
I know, with the amount of people on the planet that all listen to
For
music
real.
and all the different genres that
real.
everyone likes, it's like
There's
enough
room
space for
everybody.
everyone. Like,
Facts.
so that's why I think these like collaborating is so important, because it's like that's the way you get there, all helping each other, and like, you know what I mean. Eventually, we all get to the top, and everyone's amazing. You know what I mean, and we help everyone else do it. That's what it's all about.
It's a beautiful thing. I actually dropped one of my most successful projects in Scotland was an EP called Collabo.
Yeah.
So I dropped that in like 2021, and the whole idea behind it is to get people to start thinking in a collaborative manner, regardless of what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
So obviously I did it in a musical form, but the message of it was just to get people to collaborate.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
On that album, each song, I think I had like 9 songs on there. I collaborated with different artists on each song, and that was the idea. I've got songs on there with. Have you guys ever heard of like K1?
K1.
You know K1, yeah, K1. Mayo, he was on the Rap Game.
Oh, okay.
The Rap Game.
Ah,
UK.
yeah, I know what you mean.
And
You said that.
another artist called IT. She's a vocalist, real good singer.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's what it's
and
all about, yeah.
from all these things, like sometimes you do things and you think, oh, this shit I've done don't even mean nothing.
Yeah.
It's when you look back
Yeah.
and then you can actually be able to connect the dots of
Yeah.
how it's actually affected shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, collaborations is important, bro. We have to keep working together and
Hear those ideas from
Yeah.
them. And
Yeah.
especially identifying who's within your industry. I like what you guys have done, man.
100%.
Like,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
that's how it's gonna work quicker. Like not you like trying to go
Mm-hmm.
collaborate with somebody like me. I mean, we could do other things outside like clothing and things
Yeah,
like that.
that's it.
But like it makes sense for you to really get close to somebody else who's making clothes.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
So
it, yeah.
like you guys can share good ideas and
100%.
get to places quicker.
love that
Yeah.
because that's what we're trying to do.
That's it. That's
There's
what
no
we're
point in
trying to
being
do.
in competition with other people. And then,
Straight.
100%.
you know,
Straight.
we,
Because we've had that a few times, you know what I mean? People are like, you know what I mean? What, you're technically competitors. And we're like,
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
don't see it
yeah,
like that, you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's
If
not
one
like,
of us blows, then hey, mate, here's $5,000 to put in your advertisement. you
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean,
Bro,
it's
the
like-
proof is in the pudding of that's actually how things succeed. When you even look at all these streamers,
yeah.
like all this flipping Kais and that, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
they're all bringing each other in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Mr.
You're
Beast
right, you know?
videos got all your favorite YouTubers in it now.
That's it,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
all collab in that, and then it's like, you know, you get your KSIs and that, and then they
Yeah.
all have a house full of them now that
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they all do
Yeah.
videos together, and it's like
Exactly.
everyone collaborating, helping each other out.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Brings everyone
Those
else.
guys don't need that though. Like, they're so Mr. Beast is so big.
then, but
Yeah.
They
But
don't
one
need
day-
it,
one
but
day-
they
but
still
it's-
recognize the
Like,
importance.
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah. 100%.
You know what I
100%.
mean?
All the fans get to see all their favorite people. Everybody's enjoying it.
Exactly.
It's for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So,
Yeah, yeah. We struggle with finding our target market, our target audience when we want
was a big
everybody
one,
to
yeah.
enjoy it. But
and you see sorry to cut you off. I was just have a thought that like it's good that we now have. Before, like we used to have all these conversations, but there was no evidence.
yeah,
There was
yeah,
no
yeah,
evidence
yeah.
in the form
There's
of all
cameras
these
and lights right now. Yeah.
Now we got the
Recorded.
evidence. People will be able to see it now, and whoever can relate and
Yeah.
act on it will be able to jump on
100%.
as well. You know.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's about.
Mm.
Definitely. But yeah, even talking about like other artists and stuff like that, is there anyone you've ever wanted to collaborate with, or like what, like any other music venture or
Nice question.
whatever it would be? Anyone that you'd like really always wanted to work with? Or?
Bro, going back, man, as far as this music thing, I've not necessarily collaborated, but I've worked with doing the same shows.
Yeah.
Rick Ross,
Yeah.
YG, The Game.
Wow.
So those times when they came to Scotland,
Yeah.
I was always opening up for them and shit.
Wow.
So done stuff at like the O2
That's
Academy, open up for Nelly.
That's crazy.
How's that? Like nerve wracking and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, at that point, like I was already like quite experienced.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
was like the Nelly thing was probably about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had already done quite a few shows
Yeah,
under my
yeah.
belt at that
Yeah.
point. And
I don't
it
think-
was a great experience though, because it was mainly girls at that particular show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were just screaming.
That feels nice. Yeah.
Anything you do,
Yeah, that's nice. I don't think I would ever be able to be that many people screaming and looking at me.
Oh, I
I'd
know.
be so nervous, man.
I know you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's good to do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
What actual songs though? Who's the biggest artist I've collaborated with? Just one guy called Don E. Have you ever heard of Don E?
Nah, I don't
Dunno.
think so.
It's this guy that sings this song. It's quite. Maybe you might know it. It goes, "Hey, you alright? Yeah. How's your mom? She good? Yeah." You want food, yeah? Come to the hood, yeah?
I like it, man.
It was big. It was big, like maybe about 6-7 years ago.
Right,
and then he went mad viral on like them GRM Daily and shit.
Right, okay, yeah.
He got like 50 million views
Nice,
plus.
yeah.
So
There you go.
I brought him to Edinburgh in like 2021 for an event. So he performed first, and then we went to the studio and made a song. As far as like collaborating though, because bro, like, see, once I start writing and I just get so lost in my creation that more time I just once I start I finish it.
Yeah.
So like, there's not many songs that I feel like
You need someone on.
unless it's like that collabo project.
Yeah,
It was
that was cool.
intentionally just about collaborations.
Yeah.
Was there anyone
You know what I
even
mean?
like dead or alive that you would have liked to have collabed with or something? Just even, I don't know.
I'd love a song.
There's artists I rate.
Yeah.
There's artists I rate. But like
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
one of
like I've never actually thought
Thought
of,
about
like,
it, yeah.
putting them on a song or anything.
Yeah.
Artists I do rate though, Wretch Free too.
Yeah, Rich
Yeah.
32, unreal, yeah.
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne
Oh,
is
man, every time
up
I
there.
get really drunk, Lil Wayne comes on. I don't know what it is.
So these are artists I grew up like being inspired by.
Yeah.
So Wretch Free 2, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross,
Mhm.
and J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole was
It's a good bunch.
J. Cole,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Those are who I used to listen to religiously. Like in my late teens and early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like,
So what's next? You've done your most recent video. Are you planning on doing like more songs in the studio, doing an album?
Yeah,
It
so
just keeps on going.
that video is from a project called History in the Making 4. So History in the Making 4 has 9 songs on it. And it's my latest project. I dropped that in September this year. So, and that's only the first video we've dropped from it. So probably drop another
Nice,
2 or
you're
3
working on that.
from that project.
Do you have
Yeah.
videos banked up, or is it just going to be someone's getting married over here? Let's put it there.
So the songs are pretty much, because how I make songs, it's easy for me to come up with the videos because the songs are pretty much stories in themselves. So I just have to bring the story to life.
Nice, that's
Yeah.
You
cool.
know what I mean? So like the next one I'm thinking of shooting is one called Rumors on the project. So Rumors is pretty much just a song about, it's I made it in the thought of my father, my late father. So back then I felt like I used to hear a lot of rumors about my dad.
Right, okay.
So this song is actually bigging up my dad.
Yeah.
Because you know in this world there's a lot of like,
Rumors,
there's a lot of shit trying to
yeah.
put down the man.
Pull you down and that.
Trying
yeah,
to make father figures not look good.
Yeah.
Especially in the black community, bro. So like I did like a reverse, a song bigging up the father
That's good.
figures.
That's
You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
So
good angle to take on
that's the next one from the project I'm thinking of shooting.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not easy for fathers.
Yeah, bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
Shout 'em out.
Yeah.
Good.
And after that, there's maybe I'll do one more. There's another song I have with my boy called Tyrone Hendry. The song's called Celebrity. So that one is like street song for the streets. You know what I mean?
Nice. Cool.
Pull up in a big boy cars,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Nice.
I drive a van right now and I wish I had like, the sound system.
Some hydraulics on it.
Yeah. It's got like interior lights in my van. It's not that cool.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
100%.
So, cool. I think we're quite happy with our
That was
episode
pretty
of
sick,
Cushion
I'd
Cows
say.
Corner, man.
Yeah,
Thank you so
that
much
was
for coming
really
on.
sick.
Respect.
Yeah, I like it coming on,
know.
and like obviously meeting someone for the first time can be, it's always awkward, and then we just chuck some cameras in here, but it's been a fucking pleasure, man. It's been
Yeah,
really
likewise,
speaking.
I know, yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
100%.
Likewise.
All right, well, thank you for listening to
Yeah,
episode
thanks,
5 of
man.
Kush and Cows
There you
Corner.
go.
Yes, sir.
If you got like, you want to plug your social medias and
Yeah, so you can find everything AOK.
Yeah.
So I'm AOK Skyy.
yeah,
Uh,
AOK
Food.
Skyy on Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah.
AOKSKYY on
Yeah.
Instagram
Yep.
and on Thread.
Yeah.
And I'm on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
I intend to start using it more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
will do.
So
I know that's it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's AOK Skyy on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And we have AOK events. AOK __ events.
Yeah.
AOK __ apparel.
Yeah.
AOK __ media.
Media. Yeah.
And AOK _ Jollof Box.
Yes.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
it.
Amazing. Well,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much for listening,
Yeah,
guys.
man. Honestly, thanks a lot.
Until the next time.
Cheers.
Much love, people.
Yeah.
Thank you
Cheers,
for
guys.
having me.
Sick.
Yes.
Unreal. Yes.